Hello, this is Todd and Elise from In Our Element, and we're here today to explain some hiker terms. I'm sure you guys have heard a lot of these and went, what the heck are they talking about? I'm going to have Elise explain the terms. So
please be easy on me.
Stay with us, and here we go. Okay, so let's start with, what is the big three?
Sleep system, backpack, and tent.
Ah, there you go.
Yay.
Base weight.
That is the total weight of your pack and all of your gear, and it is not including food and water, because depending whether you eat a ton of stuff or a little bit, it's going to just vary from day to day.
There you go. Bushwhack.
That means going through the woods, off the trail, probably walking into lots of spider webs and making your own path.
Bear canister.
Bear canister is basically an expensive piece of Tupperware with a lock on it so the bears can't get to your food unless they roll it down a hill or over a cliff, so please don't put it there.
You don't want to wedge it between a tree trunk or somewhere secure, so if a bear does knock it around.
Does it have to be 200 feet away from your camp?
It's supposed to be 200 feet away from
your camp. Yeah, that too.
Yeah. All right, blaze.
A blaze is a colored marking usually, that will mark a trail so you don't get lost.
There you go. Virtually any established trail will have a specific color marking used to guide your way through the trail.
Yes.
Okay, next one is one of your favorites, bounce box.
Oh, bounce box. It's basically a box you prepare ahead of time with resupply items that either you can send to yourself down the road on the trail, or you can have somebody else send it to you, make them pay the postage.
Camel up.
Camel up means when you get to a water source, you drink a ton of water, so you don't have to carry a ton of water to the next water source. Right?
Right.
Right. Okay.
All right. Cat hole.
Oh, my favorite. Where's the bell trowel? Oh, a cat hole is when you dig a hole in the ground, 6 inches deep?
6 to 8 inches deep.
Depending how big your poops usually are. 200 feet away from a trail or water source, and then you cover it up so you don't accidentally
have someone else
step in it.
Yes. Not to be confused with a wag bag. Now, a wag bag is one you carry your poop out in if you're in an area like parts of the John Muir Trail, Mount Whitney, where it's very rocky. There's places that don't allow you to dig cat holes. Then you actually have to poop in a bag and pack it out with you.
You'd need several wag bags.
All right, Cuban fiber.
Cuban fiber is also known as DYNEEMA. It's very, very lightweight, and it's waterproof, and it's expensive.
It's an ultralight material for some tents and bags and many other things now.
Yes.
All right, false peak.
False peak is when you get to what you think is the top of a mountain, but damn it, it's not, and you have to just walk up a ton more to get to the top.
FKT.
Is that fried chicken? Oh no, fastest known time. Fastest known time. It's holding a record for getting through a trail with the fastest known time.
Usually a through hike.
Usually a through hike. I don't know why anybody would want to run a through hike, but whatever. Each his own.
Ford.
It's a car. It's when you have to cross the water crossing, where you're going to get your feet wet and probably have a miserable rest of your hike until they dry.
Gators.
They live in Florida in the creeks. No.
Other kind of gators. Shoe gators or boot
shoe gators. Okay, it's basically a piece of nylon fabric that goes over your shoe to keep dirt, pebbles, rocks, and any unwanted things out of your shoe. I will show you mine. It's basically
These are dirty girl gators.
Dirty
and you'll
girl.
hear that term many times, dirty girl, because it's one of the most known and popular gators with through hikers and people on the trail.
And I'm usually a dirty girl on trail.
Yep.
So basically they hook to the front of your shoe. See? And then they Velcro to the back of your shoe, and they slide up over your ankles.
Yep.
Yay. Next.
Gorp.
Oh, good old raisins and peanuts.
Trail mix. Trail mix.
Like the ghetto trail mix, not the good kind with the fruit.
HYOH.
Hike your own hike. So basically, if he's going faster than I am, he can't just complain and yell at me because I'm not walking fast enough. He could just go at his own pace, and don't judge others for the way they hike.
Correct. That goes back to something you mentioned earlier, LNT, or leave no trace. And
Leave shit the way you found it.
Yeah, the series is 7 principles
Which I don't know.
Designed to help backpackers and campers think about ways to minimize the impact
And the principles are?
on the
We have
presence.
no idea. But just basically leave it the way you found it. Carry your garbage out with you. Don't go off trail. And just try to leave things the way that you found them. Or better. Or better.
All right. NOBO.
Northbound.
SOBO.
Southbound.
AT.
Appalachian Trail.
PCT.
Pacific Crest Trail.
CDT.
Is that a really new popular hallucinogenic?
No.
Oh, Continental Divide Trail.
Which brings us to the term Triple Crown, which means having hiked all three of these trails to completion. GUTHOOK and ALLTRAILS.
They're apps for your phone, or sometimes you can get them on your computer too, that will give you the whole trail in real time. Isn't it in real time?
It's a GPS-capable map and trail guide for your phone. You can purchase maps for trails all over the U.S. and some international trails. They also allow you to see elevation on the trail, hiker's notes, campsites, water sources, etc.
Right, you'll know if you're at a false peak too.
Yeah,
I think.
because you can follow the elevation.
And sometimes they actually will tell you, like, if there's a crazy person running around the trail, or if there's a snake was spotted, or there's a bad dog, or, stuff like that too, if you look in the notes.
Yep. PRIVEY.
Oh, they stink. It's basically an outhouse, or like a little structure that you can go in. It's usually a compost toilet. Don't use it during the day if you can help it. It stinks and there's lots of flies.
Usually near shelters.
Usually near shelters.
Yep. PUDs.
Okay. Something ups and downs.
Pointless
ups and downs, like my life.
Referring to the rolling nature of a trail. SAR.
Isn't that a Chinese disease?
No, not SARS.
Oh.
SAR. S-A-R.
Search and rescue.
Section hiker.
That means doing a portion of a long trail as opposed to doing the complete through hike at once. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to do the whole through hike at some point either. You're just doing a portion.
Scree.
Scree! Oh, it's loose rocks, like usually small rocks that you can bust your ass on, so you have to go really careful or you're going to roll your ankles.
Smaller than the size of your head.
Yeah, and use trekking poles when you go.
Very tricky.
Very tricky.
In a scree field.
Very tricky.
Yeah. Try to avoid ankle and knee injuries because these rocks usually move when you step on and roll, things like that.
Yeah, and it slows you down a lot.
A lot. Switchback.
Switchback is basically a series of bends and
Zigzags.
turns, zigzags, up a mountain and back down the other side, so you're not going straight up, and it's also to avoid erosion.
Correct.
Yay.
Do not bypass and cut through switchbacks as part of L&T because it destroys the trail and creates erosion. Trail angel.
Oh, trail angels are people that will go to eat trailheads or around the trails, and they'll bring you food and Twinkies and Snickers, sometimes beer, and just basically set up a resupply for the hikers that are passing through.
Just give you a ride to town, show you around, all those things could be part of what a trail angel might do.
They're nice people.
Which brings us to trail magic, which is somebody usually that has either left food in a cooler along the trail, usually on longer through hike trails, or sets up at the side of a road or a portion of the trail to cook food for through hikers, which is really cool when you run into that kind of thing.
So basically the Snickers and the beer are the magic.
Yes.
Yes.
Vitamin I.
Ibuprofen, I know.
And plenty of it.
Yeah.
Wetting out. This is, I'll take this. When your waterproof gear is no longer waterproof or does not keep you dry. Widowmaker.
Motorcycles.
No.
Oh, it's when there's a branch hanging over your tent that is unstable, or a dead branch or a dead limb that could possibly like fall on your tent and crush you to death in your sleep.
That would be a widowmaker, yes. When you go to set up camp, do look up, make sure that there are no dead limbs or anything that might fall, be weakened by a storm, blow down, hit your tent. It wouldn't be a good thing to wake up and or to not wake up after one lands in your tent.
Yeah, that would probably suck if you survived.
So that pretty much covers about 40 hiker terms. All right, well, thank you for watching this video, and
please don't be too harsh on me.
Please subscribe. There's going to be more videos to come with Elise in them.
Hopefully not like this one.
Please subscribe, hit that like button, and the notification bell so you know when we upload other videos. And
Please do.
Once again, we'll see you
outside.